Geometry, Unit 3, Lesson 7. I can identify and classify quadrilaterals according to their properties. So remember what classify means. It means to put you in a class like freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, and it just depends. In that situation, we're putting you in your class based on your measure of the number of grade levels you have. But the way we're going to classify quadrilaterals is based on their different properties between their sides, angles, and diagonals. So I'm going to very, very quickly sketch a picture as fast as I can of each of these quadrilaterals just to make sure I remember what they look like. Here's my parallelogram, my rectangle, my rhombus, my square, my kite, my trapezoid, my isosceles trapezoid. So if I come in here now and try and answer these questions, I should be able to, by thinking about each of these and maybe sketching and experimenting, answer as best I can which has which property. All sides are congruent. Another way to say that would be equilateral. Which of these is equilateral? And if you want, you can hit pause and you can try this on your own. Just kind of quiz yourself. Here they all are. Okay, here I go. Well, equilateral would be a rhombus and a square. Both pairs of opposite sides are congruent. That's a parallelogram. But same thing with a rectangle, rhombus, and square, because they're all parallelograms. No, no, no. This has one pair of opposite sides. Sorry, isosceles. These have two pairs of congruent sides, but they're not opposite. They're here consecutive and here consecutive. Let's see what we have next. Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel. Well, that's the definition of a parallelogram, and all of these are parallelograms, so there we go. This has no parallel sides, only one pair, one pair. Exactly one pair of opposite sides are parallel. Well, that is the definition of a trapezoid. Only one pair. This would be none. All angles are congruent. Another word for that, equiangular. Well, that's the rectangle and the square. Exactly one pair of opposite angles are congruent. Exactly one pair of opposite angles. Trickier one because these all have both pairs of opposite. It's the kite. Trapezoids have no opposite angles congruent. This just has the non-vertex. Dot the vertex, arc the non-vertex. The diagonals are perpendicular. You might want to sketch an experiment on this, but no, no, yes, 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 no, no. And what do we have left? Finally, diagonals are congruent. Again, sketch to be sure, but no, yes, no, yes, no, no, yes. And the diagonals bisect each other. Yes, 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 yes. This one's no because they don't bisect each other. The vertex only bisects the non-vertex. And then no, no. So being able to do that's going to be really important to know the different properties and where they belong. And here you want to classify, if we were to put things in groups. The biggest group, you already know, is just quadrilaterals. But then after quadrilaterals, what do we have? Well, you have another big, big group, and that's called parallelograms. And then after parallelograms, you have rectangles, which are the equiangular ones. And then after that, you're going to be looking at rhombi, plural for rhombuses. And that would be the equilateral And then the regular would be square. It's the regular quadrilateral. That's equilateral. And that's equiangular. And so what's left? I've got kite. Well, that's off by itself. Nothing. It's not a parallelogram because both sides aren't parallel. In fact, none of the sides are parallel. It's important to remember. And then you have trapezoids. And all of these are inside quadrilaterals, notice. And then a smaller group, harder to get into, is the isosceles trapezoids. They actually have the legs congruent. And there we have it. And then you'll be asked questions such as, if the only evidence you know is that your quadrilateral is equiangular, what's the most specific quadrilateral that's called? And it's not a parallelogram, but a rectangle is what's equiangular. It could be a square, but I'm not sure. If I say rectangle, I'm including every rectangle and square. But I can't be sure it's a square. I would also have to know that it's equilateral, and I don't know that. So make sure you're able to answer those kind of questions, and that's what will be coming up. And this lesson will really help you with that. Good luck.